everybody, welcome back to Sweet Anton Santi, and today we're gonna be making cinnamon rolls. These are my husband's favorite, so it was kind of a request from him, so let's get started. First, you're gonna need a big bowl, or you can just use your mixer bowl. First, you're gonna need 2 cups of warm milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 cup of sugar, whisk really quick, and 1 packet of yeast. Whisk everything again, and you're gonna let it sit for at least 10 minutes. You'll want the yeast to be activated. After seeing the bubbles, you'll add 4 cups of bread flour. You can also use all-purpose flour. Bread flour gives the dough a lot more gluten and structure. Now mix everything together. You're gonna see your dough is gonna be too wet. Don't worry, keep mixing a little bit more and you're gonna finish with a sticky dough. Leave it like that. We're gonna add more flour later. Cover your bowl with a plastic or a towel and leave it in a warm place. You just want to let it rise for at least an hour and a half. You're gonna whisk together 1 cup of bread flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of salt. This flour mixture is gonna go to our dough after rising. As you can see in here, our dough has doubled in size. That means that it's ready to go. You're gonna use your dough attachment. It's gonna be a lot quicker and a lot easier to mix this dough. Turn on your mixer on the lowest setting and we're gonna add that flour mixture little by little. Mix just for a few seconds and then grab a spatula and scrape all the sides of the bowl. You want to make sure that you have everything incorporated. Keep mixing your dough until it's really smooth. To me, it took about 3 to 4 minutes. But if you don't know, you can just keep an eye on the mixer and just watch it to be a little bit more smoother. You're going to know if your dough is ready when you touch the dough and it's not sticking to your fingers. For the next step, we're gonna need our dough just for a couple of minutes. Just have a clean surface, have a little bit of all-purpose flour, and you can sprinkle a little bit on your work surface. If you don't have a stand mixer, this is gonna be the other way so you can make your dough. Basically, sprinkle a little bit of all-purpose flour in your surface, take the dough out of the bowl, and start kneading. Sprinkle a little bit more of flour on top of the dough, and basically you're gonna fold the dough to itself. Using this part of your hand, put a little bit pressure on the dough, turn it around and fold again. You're gonna do this for at least 10 minutes if you don't have a stand-up mixer. If you do, just do it for 3 minutes more. Make a little bowl and poke your dough. If it returns, it's ready. If not, just keep kneading for a few more minutes. We are almost done working with our dough, don't worry. Now, you're gonna take a rolling pin and we're gonna try to make a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just wanna make sure that your dough is not too thick or too thin. Just keep rolling, keep rolling. You can turn it, you can turn it over if you need to. Sprinkle a little bit of flour, just make sure that it's even. We're gonna make our filling really quick. Add 1.5 stick of softened butter. Make sure it's really soft so you can work it a little bit easier. Also add 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and 2.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. Mix that really quick and add it to the butter. It's a little bit of a hard work, but it's worth it, trust me. Just use a spatula and make a spread. Just like this. Now we're gonna spread our filling into the dough. Take your time in this part and be a little bit careful. You don't want to rip your dough. Our goal is to spread the filling evenly. Finally, our last step with the dough is going to be rolling. Carefully, using your fingers, roll one of the edges and then keep rolling using both hands. You can reshape if you need it. Using a really sharp knife, cut into even pieces. I'm using the same length for everyone, but you can make it a little bit thicker if you want to. Cover with a towel and let it rise for at least another hour. After proofing, bake your rolls at 335 for 30 minutes or until they're golden brown. Take your rolls out of the oven and let them cool for at least a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's just make the glaze. In a medium bowl, you're gonna beat half bar of cream cheese. Just beat it until smooth. Now we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now whisk everything until it's well combined. And last but not least, you're gonna need 1 cup of powdered sugar. You're gonna sift half first and then half later. Just beat in between until everything is well combined. I'm using a hand mixer. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to mix and a lot quicker. And this is how your glaze should look. I wish you can smell and taste these cinnamon rolls. They are so good. I mean, just look at that. And there you go. My husband's favorite cinnamon rolls. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more sweet content and let me know in the comments below what would you like me to do next. See you later.